election systems were hacked in the 2016 election. As Secretary of State, first of all, do you believe that it did happen? And what is our exposure this fall? Not necessarily just here in Massachusetts, but nationwide.
Well, it did happen, obviously. You even have the Republican president's own security advisor acknowledging that, and his Homeland Security Director is saying it happened and worrying about 2018. I think we're pretty secure. First of all, I want to clarify, we've always had people who have worked on making sure our system is secure. We're not on the internet. I've kept all of our voter information. That's one of the reasons we were not the subject of hacking before. But I can't say, well, oh, we weren't before, we won't be again. So we've spent money, despite what you're hearing from my opponent, a significant amount of money for independent contractors and others to test our system, secure our system. We recently had the opportunity to apply for more federal funds. We were one of the first states to do it. We convened a meeting of our Harvard Committee, Help America Vote group, and we've added additional security protections as well. So
and there was a story this past week about the Michigan Democratic Party trying.
Okay, and if you want to watch that full video, we will share that link with you on the Riley King Network Facebook page. Also, William Galvin goes on the record about primary accusations. Let's take a listen to the video from WCVB Boston.
Fruits and veggies are essential to your health, but it's tough to get enough of their nutrients. New One A Day with Nature's Medley is the only complete multivitamin with antioxidants from one total serving of fruits and veggies. Try New One A Day with Nature's Medley.
CVB Channel 5, the inside word from Washington to Beacon Hill. Today's newsmakers are going on the record.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ed Harding, along with News 35's political reporter Janet Wu. Thank you for joining us on the record this morning. And our guest this morning is the Massachusetts Secretary of State, William Galvin. He has held that office since 1995. He graduated from BC and Suffolk Law, won his first election the same year that he graduated, in 1975. The Secretary was born in Boston, still lives there with his wife and daughter. You're still residents of the city, huh?
Yes, I am.
Very good. Do you prefer William or Bill? Which do you prefer?
I've been called a lot of things. You can pick.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Secretary. Thank you.
So, as we said at the beginning of the show, this is your first major challenge in, what, 24 years?
No, it's really, I had a primary 12 years ago also, but it's a significant challenge. Obviously, we've been campaigning very hard and want to continue making the case that we're doing a good job, want to continue to do it, especially what we're confronting right now, especially with elections.
Your opponent, your Democratic opponent, Josh Zakum, is accusing you of voting to revive the death penalty, gay adoptions, opposing the same day and mail in voter registration, and opposing abortions. Let's go through them one by one. Death penalty. Did you vote to revive the question?
Well, first of all, the vote was 40 years ago, 39 to be exact, and the issue was, should it go to the voters? I know it cast the ballot. I'm not sure I would do it that as the vote in the legislature. These are all votes in the legislature.
When you were a state rep.
When I was a state rep.
Right.
And that one, it was 1979, so it was almost 40 years ago. We can go through them all on the gay issue.
Today, would you do that?
Probably not.
Okay.
I wouldn't support that.
Gay adoptions.
Well, that's the most offensive thing he said, because
Okay, and there you go on some of that video. If you want to watch the full video, we will have the link up on the Riley King Network Facebook page for you to watch. Trump says denuclearization progress, not sacrament. Ask Pompeo to delay a visit to North Korea. Let's take a listen to the video.
It's blueberry season in Maine. At Libby and Son, you picks in Limerick. You'll find big, fat, juicy blueberries ripe for picking. Bring your family. Enjoy the view and treat yourself to freshly made blueberry donuts and smoothies. Libby and Son, you picks, Limerick, Maine.
Trump says he has now asked his Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, to not visit North Korea next week. There you see the tweet from the president. He says, quote, "We are not making sufficient progress." Now, Pompeo had announced yesterday that he would visit the Hermit Kingdom. The president says, "I have asked Secretary of State Mike Pompeo not to go to North Korea at this time because I feel like we are not making sufficient progress with respect to the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. Additionally, because of our much tougher trading stance on China, I do not believe they are helping with the process of denuclearization as they once were, despite the UN sanctions which are in place. Secretary Pompeo looks forward to going to North Korea in the near future, most likely after our trading relationship with China is resolved. In the meantime, I would like to send my warmest regards and respect to Chairman Kim. I look forward to seeing him soon. This, of course, comes after the first time that President Trump and North Korean Kim Jong-un met together. Everybody thought that there was a deal essentially in place for them to denuclearize, but everybody said afterwards North Korea was never planning to denuclearize, and that the president really didn't get a deal from them whatsoever, that Kim Jong-un won that entire meeting and that contest between him and Trump, that it was really just a photo op, and now we have Mike Pompeo not going to North Korea, even though he has also said that he thought North Korea had plans to denuclearize as well.
Okay, and there you go on that video. And that does it for this edition of Politics with Riley King. I hope you all enjoyed this edition of Politics with Riley King. I'll see you back here next Sunday for another edition of Politics with Riley King. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Goodbye.